Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management. We are at the Churchville Inn in Churchville, Bucks County, and our panel for this final show of 2012 includes Ken Dunnett. Ken is the publisher of Jersey Man Magazine. Here, let me show everybody.
Let's do
That's
that.
Jersey Man Magazine. Ken, a longtime friend of mine, played with the Eagles, the Philadelphia Stars, and now he's an entrepreneur and a golf lover.
Absolutely.
Joe Logan, talk about golf lovers. Joe has been no stranger to Inside Golf through 2012, and he also is with myphillygolf.com. That's his website. And Tom Karpis making a return trip to Inside Golf. Tom, from Kennett Square Country Club, he's the head professional out there, vice chairman of the PGA of America Rules Committee. You saw him last week on the show talking about what he did at the Ryder Cup and how he failed to bring home the Ryder Cup to the U.S., but that's all right. You'll get another shot in 2 years. Guys, this is our final show of 2012. So we're going to do a little, what happened in 2012? I know, Kenny, you got a new hip, and Joe, you got a new hip.
Yep.
I got a new shoulder. What did you get that was new? Well, you went to the Ryder
I got
Cup.
nothing new. I'm in perfect shape.
Original parts.
Yeah, the original parts. Okay. But I'm sure you guys have some highlights. Joe, I know you do. You write about it all the time. You don't have to unload on us here because we're going to come back. But all three of you guys, I'm sure, have a lot of things to talk about, and we will do that when Inside Golf continues in a moment from the Churchville Inn in Bucks County, sponsored by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management.
Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts. By Club Champion, better fit, lower scores. Now open in Ballackinwood. By Southwest Greens, the Pro Knows. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.
Defining a target, realizing a dream. Susquehanna Bank can help you get your plans off the ground. Whether you're sending kids to college or doing something special for yourself. Susquehanna's financial advisors are worth talking to. We can help you find the smartest way to borrow money and save money in the process. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts for dreamers like you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. Inside Golf continues our year-end show from the beautiful Churchville Inn right at Bustleton Pike and Bristol Road in Churchville, Bucks County. This is the final show of the year, and it's hard to believe, Joe Logan, we've gone through 12 months of golf. What has been some of the headline stories for you?
For me, I think the biggest story of the year, the biggest ongoing story, it didn't break, it sort of oozed. And that is the really Rory McIlroy securing his place as number one. He has officially supplanted Tiger Woods. The Tiger Woods era is not over, but he is not number one anymore. He can still win. He may still win a major. But Rory McIlroy is the man. He's 23. He's won 2 majors, and I think we all agree he's going to win a whole lot more. In fact, I'm already hearing talk that Rory is more likely to break Nicklaus's record of 18 majors than Tiger, and it's hard to argue.
Greg Norman, I think, is the guy that said that Rory probably has a better chance of breaking Nicklaus's majors record. I don't know where Greg's coming from on that, Tom. Maybe you do, but what else? Rory McIlroy at the top of your list, too?
I had a couple things. I think it was big news that Augusta allowed 2 women members.
Oh, yeah.
That's big news
Sure.
in my mind. I think Ernie Els winning at the British Open, big news. Kind of getting his game back. Eric Compton qualifying at Hugh School. Double heart transplant. Incredible story for him to make it back on tour next year, and I'm pulling for him. I want him to win. And I've got one little close to Kennett Square, if it's okay.
Sure.
We have a member, Vic Dupuis. In July, on a Friday afternoon, one of our men's events, 3rd tee, par 3, he has a heart issue and
Goes down?
Goes down.
Wow.
The members in the group, they start CPR. Our halfway house happens to be close by. Someone grabs a defibrillator, and there's a doctor on the 17th hole, which is close by too. And he happens to have a syringe with epinephrine in it. all the planets line up, they bring him back. Now, what makes the story special to me, big story, is he gets the green light to play golf. His first time back playing golf, he gets to the third tee.
Don't tell me.
He's playing with one of the fellas in the group. Was in this group. The doctor was close by. He makes a hole-in-one. A divine hole-in-one is what I call it. So,
Wow.
sorry for the long story, but
Wow. He'll never
to
forget
me,
that hole for a lot
that
of
is,
reasons.
I'm getting chills talking about it.
Yeah, I
and
can
it's just
understand.
pretty special.
Wow, that's some story. Kenny, can you top that?
No, I can't. I don't think anybody could. But, to me, the two things that stood out about this year were the collapse of the United States in the Ryder Cup that last day. I thought it was the most unfortunate thing. And to do that on our soil, I thought was amazing. At my favorite golf course, Medina number 3, is soup to nuts, just one fantastic place. And, of course, that was disappointing. And an indication of how far he's fallen off the map, no one said anything about Tiger not winning another major, which, they were talking about him being the heir apparent to Nicklaus, and now it looks like people are thinking that the best is behind him. So I think those are the two things that stood out to me.
Well, Tiger didn't win a major, but Tiger did win 3 tour events. Now, if that was anybody else, would be saying,
It'd be a
boy,
successful
we're
year."
looking
Right.
for this guy. What is he going to do for an encore in 2013? Why is it, Joe, that a guy can win 3 tour events and yet everybody looks at it like, well, the end is coming for
Hey,
this guy's
you know what?
career?
He set the bar that high. He's got nobody to blame but himself. How do you live up to your own expectations when you did what he did for that 10-year stretch, where he just put so much distance between himself and everybody else? He's going to be 37 years old on December 30th. He's not a spring chicken anymore. He's still obviously a great player. He's still number 3 in the world. But he was so good for so long. I don't know, everyone wants him to be that. And we may see glimmers of it, but the best of him, I think, is behind him.
Yeah. Another big ruling was issued. The USGA and the R&A decided finally to come out and say something about anchored putting. And they're not going to implement it right away, and I'm not sure why. I mean, if you're going to make a rules change, every other sport, they make a rules change, it's effective like yesterday. But they're going to give it how many years or months before they finally say, okay, no longer can you use an anchored putt?
It'll be effective if everything stays the way it is, January 1st, 2016.
Okay, so you can but then people are, hollering out at a recent event, cheater, who was it, out
Keegan.
of Tigers thing?
You got Keegan Bradley.
Yeah, Keegan Bradley. I mean, is that going to go on now for a whole nother season or more?
Well, I sure hope not, because I think what you're dealing with is the reason why it's changing in 16 is because every 4 years, because it's a rules issue, not an equipment issue. It's not like we're banning. By the way,
Yeah, right. Do we
Merry
have
Christmas!
copies?
I brought all you guys a
Thank
book.
My first gift.
It's a
It
holiday.
wouldn't be Tom Carpus without a rules of golf handout. Thank you very much.
And you can always go by presidential election years. That's when the rules change. Now, they
Okay.
do issue new decisions every 2 years, but this is going to be text right in Rule 14, going along with how you cannot push, scrape, or spoon the ball while you're making a stroke. And this will just be added to that. And everyone's seen the language on the website and so forth. So the key point is it's not an equipment issue, it's a rules issue. And it's not performance-based either. This is about,
Let me
there's
ask
more
you a
to it
question.
than
I don't
that.
know. I'll ask you. Have you ever used a long putter?
I've tried it.
And the results no different?
Not noticeable, but I have a lot of friends in my age group that
Because you're a tall
do
guy. I
rely
would
on
think
it.
a
yeah.
tall guy would really help more so than a shorter.
But for me,
Yeah.
to bring my eye level down to where I think it needs to be more accurate, I like the smaller putter just for me. I know a lot of tall guys that use the long putter. A lot of friends in my age group use the long putter, and they're upset about this ruling.
Right. Joe, have you
I've
ever?
tried it, in golf shops, partying on the carpet, and I've tried it on putting greens. Absolutely does not work for me. It gets caught up in my shirt and my belly, and the ball goes sideways. And if I could do it, I would do it. I would try it, but I've just never done it long enough to get good at it.
Right. And Tom, how about your members? Have you sold many of the long putters in the pro
A
shop?
few. I mean, not many. I would say we probably have. There's been 3 or 4 members that have come in since the announcement, and I won't say they were happy about it, but we've actually talked about ways that they can adapt and to the change, because if it goes through, and we're in the 90-day comment period where people people can go on USGA.org and they can send in their comments or
Right.
suggestions. But
So it may not, but it probably will go.
the members, I think people will find a way to adapt. They'll get creative, and I think they will.
All right, and you can bet it'll be in the rules of golf by the time 2016 rolls around. Hey, don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back. Inside Golf will continue from the Churchville Inn in Bucks County in just a moment.
At this moment, across the country, families are packing their bags for a getaway. And no matter where they end up, they'll all be home by dinner. Plan your own at playgolfamerica.com. From finding fun and affordable programs to finding advice from PGA and LPGA professionals, playgolfamerica.com has a way for you to get away. Visit today for details. playgolfamerica.com, your link to the game.
Welcome back. Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management, continues today. We're at the Churchville Inn in Churchville, Bucks County, right at the intersection of Busselton Pike and Bristol Road. Joe Logan and Ken Dunnick are back with us, and so is Jack Conley. Jack, longtime professional, head pro at Huntington Valley Country Club, now an ambassador for North Hills Country Club. And Jack, always a pleasure.
Thank you, Harry. Nice to be
Good
here.
seeing you again. All right, we talked a little bit about the year in review, Jack, before you joined us in our previous segment with Tom Karpus of 2012. Now, as we look ahead with a new year starting in 2013, what's at the top of your list of, say, things or people to watch in the coming 12 months?
Well, I'm watching this guy, Charles Schwartzel from South Africa. He just won his last two tournaments by 11 shots and 12 shots.
That's pretty good.
I think he's one of the guys that you really have to look forward to. I don't know if he'll ever top Rory, but he's certainly making a name for himself in the game of golf.
Yeah, he's done pretty well to close out 2012. Joe, what are some of the things you expect to happen in 2013?
Well, it's all about the U.S. Open at Marion in 2013. I mean, that's, what golf in Philadelphia is looking forward to. And every fan, I mean, tickets are hard to get already. It's going to be the highlight of the golf season in Philadelphia.
Ken Dunnick, now I know you publish a magazine. You probably put together a list for your magazine, or will, of things to watch in Jersey with Jersey Man magazine for 2013. All right, go out on the golf course now, or the game of golf. What do you think will happen big in 2013?
I'm a big Jason Duffner fan. I mean, I love the waggle. The funny thing about Jason Duffner is he talks about how he hates the putt, and every time I watch him play, he makes every putt. So if he really wanted to hate the putt, he should putt like me. But I think Jason Duffner is a guy to watch, and of course, Keegan Bradley had kind of a breakout year last year, and he reminds me of Seve a little bit. He hits it all over the place, but gets it in the hole in spectacular fashion. So if I had to pick those two players to watch, I would pick those two.
You like the waggle of Jason Duffner.
I do.
Jack, how about the pre-shot routine, though, of Keegan Bradley? That's a little tough on the eye, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's hard to watch.
Yeah, to walk back and forth, and you're not sure. And then when he gives it that one eye, it's like a third eye.
I guess
but
it
he
works
does
for
he
him.
does make the putts, and he had a great Ryder Cup, and with pairing with Phil, and you can't say anything. He certainly is a competitor.
Joe mentioned the Marion and the U.S. Open in 2013. Now, as a guy that's been around some big major events in your career as the president of the PGA of America, I'm sure you're looking forward to, in our lifetime, this will be the third time, right? I mean, well, you and I were around in 1950, but
Yeah.
we don't remember what happened.
No, I don't
Even though
remember.
it was a great tournament.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Well, what are your expectations for Marion? And, a lot of people think Marion, it hasn't time passed Marion. Has time passed Marion?
I don't think so. I mean, some of the changes that I've seen them do over there, I talked to Scott Nye, the professional over there, and they've made some big changes on number 2, the par 5.
They've moved the fairway a little
They
bit.
moved the fairway over
Out
so
toward
that out of
Ardmore
bounds
Avenue.
now becomes more in play. And I think the third hole now is going to be 240 or something like that, par 3. So, no, it's...
7 iron for those guys?
I don't know what it is
Different
anymore.
thing.
It's crazy how far they hit it. But I think it's going to be a great test because Marion's greens are probably the most severe speed-wise that they'll ever play.
It is. Joe, do you have any recollections of Merion the last time the tournament was played there back in, what,
81. I didn't live here. I didn't move here till 82.
Oh, okay.
So no.
Okay.
Yeah, Lou
But I did see the U.S. Amateur there when Chris Patton won in '89. That was the first time I was ever at Merion.
And as I recall, that year in '89, Chris Patton won, but one of your members at Huntington Valley, Dave Brookerson, he was in the hunt up until Saturday, I think, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
he David is a great player. He's has some physical problems now, but he's one of the guys that can just flat out play. He's a competitor, and like Keegan Bradley, he gets it done.
We have two other, well, Augusta, of course, is going to be the site of the Masters again, but the other two courses for the PGA and also Muirfield will be the British Open site. Are you a British Open fan, Ken, or?
I like all golf,
Do you?
no matter where it is, yes. I don't really have any particular recollections about Muirfield. However, the British Open is a different animal, and it seems to be that the European players have a real advantage there just because of the style of play, the running up the shots, the speed of the greens, and I enjoy all the majors. I guess if I had to pick a favorite, it would be Augusta.
Augusta. Have you ever played there?
I have not, and
Have
if
you
you
been
know
to the
if you
tournament?
know anybody, I'm always available.
Well, this guy next to me probably has a few contacts in his cell phone. Joe, what about, let's see, Muirfield is going to be the site of the British Open. Any recollection specifically of
I have
Muirfield?
one of the few that I have not played over there. He's got a good reputation. It's in the Rota. It's a regular, every 10 years or so they go there. I'm trying to think, when was it last there, Jack?
I know.
How
Yeah.
about Oakland Hills in Rochester,
Oak
though?
Hill.
Oak Hill.
Oak Hill
Oak Hill.
is going to be the site of the PGA Championship. I know you'll be there, but we were talking a little bit, reminiscing about the last time it was there, and the shot of the tournament was?
Sean McKeel on the 18th hole. He hit a 7-iron up there about 6 inches.
Wow.
I could even make that, I think.
Yeah, and that was
You
under
too, Ken.
pressure too, right? Elevated, 18th
Elevated
hole?
green, yeah.
Yeah, and Sean McKeel, we haven't heard much of Sean McKeel
we
since
haven't.
then, have we?
No.
He and Paul Laurie sort of walked into the sunset together, I think.
Oh, okay. We will walk into a break right now and be back here at the beautiful Churchville Inn with our final segment of this week's edition of Inside Golf. These guys are going to put together a little wish list and also looking ahead to some favorite things they maybe will be getting in 2013.
not really.
Back with more in just a moment.
My career, I've gotten everything that I want out of the game, and I just want what I.
It's time light beer got some character. 99 calories, 100% authentic lager. Yingling Light Lager from America's oldest brewery. Rethink your light beer.
Guests of Inside Golf enjoy dining at Sin Sin, the popular Asian fusion restaurant located on Germantown Avenue in the heart of scenic Chestnut Hill.
And now it's time for Teed Off, brought to you by Yingling, America's
Now
oldest
golf
brewery.
is my release. It's really my only competitive release anymore.
Welcome back, Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank, and Wealth Management continues. We are at the Churchville Inn in Bucks County, right at Bristol Road in Bustleton Pike. It's a landmark here. And our panel, as we wrap up today's show, includes Ken Dunnick, Jack Conley, and Joe Logan. Now, Christmas is in the past tense, as I said, and I don't know if you guys got any golf items as presents. What were you hoping to get, Joe, if there was one?
I was hoping, and it didn't happen, I was hoping that my good friend Jack here would offer me some free lessons. Break my swing down on the garage floor.
You just did it on television. I don't see how I can turn you down.
You're right. You think you can come to North Hills, and I'd be happy to help you.
I could use it.
Go with that new hip you got, right?
That's right. How's
that new hip working out for
It's
you?
working well. I'm back playing golf. Thank you very much. And I'm hitting it, I was going to say straighter and longer, but it wouldn't be hard to hit it straighter and longer than I was hitting it there. So, but it's good. It's good.
Okay. Ken Dunnick, I don't know what you had in terms of hopes for Christmas and golf.
Well, now that my new best friend Jack has invited me to play Augusta, I really don't want for anything else in golf anymore. Could always use some golf balls, but again, like Joe, I had my hip replaced. I'm pretty proud of the fact that I walked Pine Valley about 5 weeks ago. So all you guys that are my age, it'll happen. It
Now,
can't. It
how
can't
far
happen.
after your surgery was the trip to Pine Valley?
It was about 3 or 4 months after the surgery,
Okay.
but I was playing golf in 6 weeks, and it feels pretty good, all things considered.
Now, Jack, I don't know. Do I want to get into a medical history with you? or
No,
what?
I'm fine. I had an Achilles torn last year playing squash at the club, and but other than that, I'm healthy. No hips, no knee
Shoulders are
problem.
okay,
Everything's fine.
Elbows.
Yeah, I haven't come up with an excuse yet.
Okay. Were you hoping to get anything in particular for Christmas that people would like to hear about?
Not really. I mean, my career, I've gotten everything that I want out of the game, and I just want on a personal note, I'd like to be able to shoot my age next year. I came within one shot this year, and I want to shoot it next year.
Yeah, he doesn't look 81 at all.
That's pretty good. New Year's resolution. Everybody does a New Year's resolution. So we can do one, or you three can share if you have any for 2013. Joe, lead us off.
I have a long trail of broken New Year's resolutions. So now I keep it simple. Live healthy, have fun, play golf, hug my kids when I can, and just, try not to do bad things. Like, what is it, Google? Don't do evil.
There you go. Sounds pretty simple to me. Jack?
Just want people to enjoy the game. It's a great game. The more they play, I heard a great acronym for the GOLF. It's a game of opportunities for lifetime friendships.
Wow.
And when you play golf with somebody and you hit it off, they're your friends for the rest of your life. I just want people to play well and remember all the military that are doing what they do, because without them doing what they do, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Playing that
So
game
keep
of
them in your
golf.
thoughts.
Absolutely. Ken, any resolutions for the next 12 months?
I'll tell you, I'm certainly not as deep or as philosophical as these previous two gentlemen. But as it comes to golf, I want to improve my short game. I still can hit it pretty far. As a matter of fact, I can hit it my weight, which will lead you to believe how much I'm weighing these days. But if I can get it in the hole a little bit better, I think I'm going to have a more enjoyable golf year. So improving my short game would be my resolution.
If 2013 was the year maybe that you couldn't play, what else would you do, Joe? How would you pass your time without the game of golf in 2013?
I like to read. I like to play squash. What else would I do? That's it. I play a lot of golf. I don't know. I mean,
Right.
I would have a hard time filling my day if I didn't sit down at a computer and type and play golf.
Jack, you've done everything in golf. A head professional for years. I mean, how many guys get to be president of the PGA of America and everything that comes with that, the responsibility, but also the fun. I mean, you've had a pretty
I've had a great
fun
career.
life.
And
Imagine what would golf be, or what would your life be if you hadn't had that?
I'd probably be dead now. Golf is
You have a lot
everything.
to live for,
When you don't have a life except the game, it's fun making people enjoy a game that I love, and that's where I get my jollies off now. It's making people enjoy it. And Ken, the more you practice on your short game, the luckier you'll get. So it'll help.
I'll
There
take
you go.
your advice.
See
yes.
that? Now,
Yeah,
I know
sure.
you've got a full plate because 2013 will be, the second year of Jersey Man
Just
magazine?
completed our second year, yes, our 12th issue.
And I know now that Jack's going to get you down to Augusta and Joe's going to write about you on myphillygolf.com. These are two guys that are going to be on the cover, even though they're not Jersey guys, but everybody's
I'm
in
from
Jersey.
South Jersey.
We can
That's
certainly
where I'm
make an
from.
exception
You're
for
from
the
South Jersey.
South
for
Jersey.
Augusta.
That
We'll
counts.
definitely make an exception for the geographic limitations of Jersey Man. But I've had such a great career in sports, Harry. I played on three or four professional championship football teams, and now golf is my release. It's really my only competitive release anymore as it comes to sports. So I love the game of golf. I want to stay involved with it for as long as I can.
Yeah, and the business you're in now with publishing a magazine, I would think that, you have clients, get them out on the golf course. As Jack said, it's probably the best place you can go to enjoy not only a little friendly round of competition, but get to know
Camaraderie.
people better,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
And that'll never change.
I hope not.
Well, how about the game? The game made a recovery, I think, Joe, didn't it, in 2012? I mean, weather contributed in 2011 to being a real downer, so to speak,
Rounds are
around the
generally
Philadelphia
up.
area.
I was
But-
just talking to Tom Karpus about this. February and March were as good as it gets around here, and almost all the clubs had an increased number of rounds. It's still, there are a lot of private clubs that are still struggling, but I think we bottomed out, and I think we are heading up as opposed to down, and that's good.
Well, I didn't read the Farmer's Almanac, but I trust the weather will be just as good in 2013. Guys, thanks for joining us here on our final show of 2012. We'll be back to wrap it up. Inside Golf continues in a moment from the beautiful Churchville Inn in Bucks County.
The Churchville Inn is one of Bucks County's most unique dining experiences. There's history, an assortment of great food featuring the best baby back ribs anywhere, a varied selection of craft beers. The Churchville Inn, where good friends and a great meal come together every time.
Early mornings, late nights, and way too many takeout dinners. Running a business takes energy, determination, and sacrifice. And whether you're a startup, well-established, or somewhere in between, the people of Susquehanna Bank have the knowledge to help you succeed. From cash management solutions to the benefits of local loan decisions, we help keep your business moving ahead. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts for businesses like yours. Member FDIC.
Here's a chance for you to get away and play some great golf at a great resort.
The Iberostar Golf Team Championship Mexico, hosted by the spectacular Iberostar Cancun Resort and Spa.
The date is February 24th to the 28th, and it's open to
teams of 2 amateurs playing a best ball format, or pro plus 3 amateurs playing in a Pro-Am division.
And it's an all-inclusive.
All your meals, premium drinks, entertainment, and fantastic golf.
For more information,
IberostarGolfResort.com.
For more golf course tours, swing tips, and deals on greens fees, check out the new teeitupphilly.com.
So that's going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Our thanks to Joe Logan, Jack Conley, and Ken Dunnick for joining us on this year-ending show and a little look ahead to what to expect in 2013. Speaking of which, starting next week, January, and for the next 9 weeks here on Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management, we will begin our tour of golf down the Jersey Shore at all the courses involved in the Atlantic City Golf Association. It's something you will not want to miss. And in 2013, Inside Golf is expanding, folks. We're going to be seen, thanks to Comcast, down in the Baltimore, Washington, D.C. area. So our range and our sphere of influence is expanding. 2013 is going to be a great year for golf, and in particular, Inside Golf. Once again, thanks to our panel. Hope you enjoyed 2012, and I promise you right now, 2013 will be better yet. Our thanks to everybody here at the Churchville Inn. Remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there on the golf course throughout 2013, don't pick up. See you next time and next year on Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank and Wealth Management.
Inside Golf, presented by Susquehanna Bank. Susquehanna Bank, doing what counts. By Club Champion, better fit, lower scores. Now open in Ballackinwood. By Southwest Greens, the Pro Knows. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.